Hi guys, this is Ruler Carlos. On today's video, I'm going to give you my rolling review of the second movie of the MCU timeline. If you want to go in chronological order, and that of course is Captain Marvel. Now, Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is set in space, but then it's set in in the 1990s when Blockbuster was still going strong. So here we go, guys. I love this movie because it's our first time seeing Captain Marvel get out off the pages of Marvel Comics into reality. And who plays Captain Marvel? You may ask. Well, Brie Larson. The BL, as I like to call her. That's my nickname for her. But it's a very good movie, and we get to see the Tesseract. Yes, the Tesseract. The same cube of energy that we saw in Captain America the First Avenger, and we see a familiar animal that we see here in the US at home, and that of course is a cat. So here we go, guys. Here we go. So again, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. Now, Carol Danvers is Captain Marvel's official name. She's a pilot, a jet pilot. She's working with her partner in crime, her best friend Maria Rambeau. They're basically a part of the Pegasus Project. The Pegasus Project led by Dr. Marvel. Now, Dr. Marvel is a scientist. She's a scientist, but she holds a big secret. And her secret is that she's not from this planet. She's from outer space. Outer space. To be more specific, she's a Creed. Now, the Creeds are a species that look like us humans. That look like us humans, but they bleed blue. They have blue blood in their system. So they're like the Blue Man Group of the Marvel. They're like the Blue Man Group of the MCU. But you may ask, Carson, well, aren't the Creeds the bad guys? Well, yes, but Carol Danvers doesn't know that to a point, because the bitter enemy of the Creeds are the Skrulls. Now, the Skrulls are shape-shifting and transformational and changing creatures that are alien. They're purely alien. They can transform into anything that they want or anyone, but they're, according to the Creeds, they're bad salsa. Of course, Kara doesn't know this, and when she landed, or when she crashed down with Captain Dr. Marvel, Dr. Marvel, she was transporting her and transporting Captain Dr. Marvel, Dr. Marvel and a energy, a specific energy source that I can't, guys, you can check me on this, that I can't quite remember the name of it, but this energy source, Captain Marvel brought onto Carol's jet. But anyway, when they crash landed in Seattle, according to my knowledge, or somewhere in Seattle, because where they crash landed, it had a lot of trees. So I'm going with Seattle. Somewhere in Seattle, the energy source or the energy battery that the Creeds were that Captain Marvel was carrying with her in Kara's jet exploded all its energy onto Kara. But when that happened, Jude Law's character, who is supposed to be Kara's best friend, best training, and best trainer to control her new powers. Basically, guys, what the Creed believe, that this power comes from a superior being, the head superior. And so when obviously Kara is knocked unconscious from the blast, from this energy blast that she received, Jude Law's character took her to the Creed home planet. And that's when, over time, Kara woke up from this unconscious state, and she got implanted a chip that controls her energy source power that she got from the energy boom that she felt, that her body felt when the energy box, when Captain Marvel's energy box exploded when they crash landed. But anyway, so when Kara woke up, she was brought up to speed according to the Creed way, according to Jude Law's character, and he basically said to Kara, first, that's her Creed name. That's Kara's Creed name. You can check me on that too, guys. But anyway, according to Jude Law's character, they found her. We found you, Carol, unconscious, and we brought you here, and now you're awake. Now we will train you. We will train you the Creed way. And our enemy are the Skrulls. They're the Skrulls, and they're bad for all galactic humanity. But that is not the case. because because the Skrulls are yes, they're shape-shifting aliens, shape-shifting creatures, but they just want a new home. They have been running from the invasion of the Creeds, from being harassed by the Creeds. But according to the Creeds, Talos, the head Skrull, is the instigator of his people. The instigator of his people, and the instigator for this aggression towards the Creed. So, in a funny twist of fate, during a rescue mission, where Kara and Jude Law's character and other Creeds have to rescue a undercover Creed, an undercover Creed that has been captured by Talos and his Creed brethren and Creed sisterhood too. They have captured this Creed spy, and they want information for something. That something is, who knows, to this point in the movie. So the Creed go and rescue their spy from this new home planet for the Skrulls, and Kara gets captured by Talos and his Skrull squad that he's commanding, and they put her and they strap her into a memory machine where Talos says that Talos says Talos' main goal is to find information about Dr. Mar-Vell, and to be more specific, Talos' goal is to find a big ship where he thinks his other Skrull brother and sisterhood are basically in, but also with his family. And of course Talos sees in this memory bank machine that Kara knew at some point in her life she had encountered Captain Marvel, Dr. Mar-Vell. Dr. Mar-Vell. And you may ask, why you may ask, guys, Carlos, why are you so being specifically emphatic on Mar-Vell? I'll get to that in a bit. But anyway, so that's the goal for Talos. But in another funny twist of fate, another funny twist of fate, Carol finds a way out of out of her captivity from Thousand Scrolls, and she basically lands in here, he, here in the here on Earth, and she basically doesn't know where she is, obviously, but she crash lands her stolen pod into a blockbuster. Then we get to see a young Nick Fury. Yes, with hair. At this point, yes, the Shield that we know, it's been around since World War II, since World War II, but it's still not. But Shield is still not high tech, high tech, but it's tech, but it's decked out with tech. And Agent Coulson is a young rookie, and Nick finds Carol on inside a payphone booth, and basically says to Carol, identify yourself. Where did you come from? All that, basic stuff. And Carol says, I'm a Creed. I crashed down here. I crash landed here to find the Tesseract. To find the Tesseract. And to stop the scroll. And to stop the scrolls. To keep it short and sweet, guys, I'm gonna move a little bit ahead. So Carol tells Nick Fury her intention to find this Tesseract, and to stop the evil scrolls. So Nick obviously asks a very good question. Well, what do the scrolls do? And of course, Carol says they're shapeshifters. They're transformationists. And eventually, Kara finds herself at a bar that she used to quite frequently go to in her past life with Maria, her best friend, at her best Air Force Project Pegasus partner in crime and best friend, Maria. Coincidentally, she's Carol is her daughter's best friend, is Maria's best friend, her best friend's daughter friendette, Monica. And when she goes to this bar that she used to frequent with Maria, she she sees a picture of a jet with 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 the symbol of the symbolic symbol of the Project Pegasus. And eventually, she and young Nick Fury with hair, go to a top secret facility where she fights, where she finds all the information about Project Pegasus and a long lost recording. Not a long lost recording, but information about her friend, her girlfriend, her best friend, Maria. So, and at this point, guys, Talos has shifted to a high-ranking Shield member, way above Nick Fury's pay grade. But anyway, Talos using this human shape-shifting vessel is basically hunting Carol down to get this to get her to complain about any information that she might have about this ship that is, according to him, contains other scrolls and his family as well. But eventually, Nick and Carol go to Louisiana to the Big Easy and basically find Maria and Monica. They're obviously Maria is shocked, happy shocked to see her friend that she had thought that she had lost, like dead. And Monica was happy to see her friend aunt, and basically Maria had this long lost DVD recording where basically that's what happened. where we get to hear audio from the crash, and before and after the crash, and basically the crash plays like in the beginning, but with one little caveat. Now, according to Jude Law's character, who's a Creed, the one that basically tried to eliminate Carol after she crash landed was Talos, meaning the scrolls. But in reality, this DVD disc basically jogged Carol's memory, and basically we see a flashback. We see a whole flashback of the entire crash, and instead of Thalos, the scroll leader, we see Jude Law's character basically aiming a gun, aiming a blaster of some kind towards 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 Carol. Now at this point, Carol is vertically stable, meaning she's standing up, and she's basically threatening. She's basically, if you shoot me or if you try to shoot me, I will blast this energy, whatever it is, and we will all blow up. and she does. And again, this energy boom gives her a energy boom blaster with the energy whatever it is, but I'm gonna call it box that Captain Marvel was trying to escape, trying to escape from the Creed. So, after hearing this, after finishing the recording, after the recording finished, Carol was like, "Oh my God! Now my mind is clear. I remember now. I remember who I really am. I'm Carol Danvers. I'm not a Creed. And the Skrulls are innocent. So, to keep it short and sweet, guys. Monica is persuaded. Maria is persuaded by Monica to help Nick Fury and Carol to go into space and find Thalos' family and other members of the Creed colony that, according to him, are on this ship, and they are on this ship, and on this ship as well, the Captain Marvel at this point. Carol has officially transformed into Captain Marvel. Now, the Captain Marvel colors that we know and love were picked by Monica. Which are blue, red, and yellow gold. So after locating and after finding the Tesseract, Nick and Maria and Thalos, and of course Captain Marvel are ready to get out of the ship with the Creeds to safer pastures. But one thing. The Skrulls believe that cats are called are very are they're very superstitious. They're very superstitious about cats. Not because they're afraid of cats, but because cats, according to them, are called a flerican, which is, according to them, is a creature disguised as a cat, or a that has that hides true tentacle identity. Yes, a flerican. A flerican is a tentacle creature. That, according to the scrolls, are very nasty and mean, and that is the case because Goose is a cat that Nick Fury finds when he and Carol go to the top secret government facility, where they find information about the Pegasus Project, and where they find out documents where eventually Carol finds the location of Maria, which is in the Big Easy, Louisiana, meaning somewhere near New Orleans. So again, after finally finding and discovering that the Tesseract is here on the ship, Captain Marvel, and of course Val's Maria and Nick are okay. We're finally getting out of here. Plus saving the other scrolls that are on the ship. Besides, plus Valos' family, but they get caught off by guess who? By Jude Law's character and Carol's former Creed crew mission rescue members. And basically, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, guys. A whole hot sauce of an awesome fight sequence ensues. Eventually, Carol gets detained, and she's stuck in a hard place. She's stuck in a hard place because Jude Law's character and the other Creed crew members are threatening to eliminate the Creeds on this ship if you don't give me the Tesseract. Eventually, Carol obliges, but she's hooked up to a bunch of memory Creed cables where her mind is transported, and herself, her self-conscious self is transported into a white clear dimension where her self-conscious self finds Dr. Marvel, and basically Dr. Marvel says to keep it short and sweet, guys, I control you. I'm the head, the superior being that controls you. I'm the reason you have this chip installed in the back of your head. Because I control you. I control your powers. But Carol says, well, you cat Dr. Marvel, you might control me, but I have been down all my life. But what did I do? After these episodes of defeat? I got up, dusted myself up, and got up. Then we see an outer fight begin when Carol outside of her subconscious in current time, meaning at this moment, she's fighting off the cables. She's fighting off the memory cable that she has been hooked up to, and herself and her outer self, meaning her exterior self, meaning Carol in present time, and her self-conscious self starts to fight Dr. Marvel in this white clear dimension, and then Carol gets basically she lights up like a cosmic Christmas tree, and she unhooks herself, and she basically shows off her real power, and basically destroys her used to be fellow Creed crew members, rescue mission crew members, and she basically fights. She basically hunts Jude Law's character, and to keep it short and sweet, guys, she follows, and she basically makes Jude Law's character's ship or pod fighter crash down in the desert. Meanwhile, the main villain in the movie besides Dr. Marvel is Ronan the Accuser, a big Creed bad guy. And of course, what does Ronan the Accuser want? The test track. So all this time, Jude Law, and his other Creed crew members have been following orders from Ronan the Accuser. So after dispatching and fighting, mentally subconsciously fighting Dr. Marvel, and after crash landing Jude Law's character's pod ship, Carol Captain Marvel flies all the way up into space and confronts Ronan, and Ronan is surprised, shocked that Captain Marvel is standing her ground against him and his ship and his Creed ship forces, including Creed ship missiles, which to no surprise, Carol is able to destroy herself. Meanwhile, Maria, Nick, and Thalos are common have they had commandeered a ship, a pod ship from the ship that they where the other Skrulls and Thal's family were kept in. And you may ask, where did the Tesseract end up in? Well, it ended up in the Flerken mouth, meaning Goose's mouth. So before finishing her business with Jude Law's Creed character, Captain Marvel said to Jude Law's character, "Whoever brought you here besides Ronan, tell that person whoever that might be, that I'll be ready for them if they want to come or they decide to come." Then Captain Marvel gives an energy gas boost to Jude Law's ship pod, and Jude Law is on his merry way to back where he came from, meaning the Creed planet. But there's one more thing that Carol has to do, and that is take Thalos and his Creed colony and the other part of his and the second half of his Creed colony to a brand new home. Find them a new home. And obviously Carol says to Monica, "I'll be back." And she says that same thing to Maria. And one more thing. If you're wondering how did Nick ended up with the trademark eye patch that we know him to have and that he's famous for, well, it was Goose the Flurkin that he caused this. Yes, Goose scratched Nick Fury's eye out. and that's how Nick Fury became the Nick Fury that we know and love. So after saying goodbye to Monica and Maria, Captain Marvel gave or vice versa. Yes. Carol or Captain Marvel gave Nick a pager to contact her at any time if any trouble should come up. And that's how this wonderful movie ends. But before the post credit scene, after the credits roll are done, guys, we see Agent Coulson in Nick Fury's office. And basically Nick says we might have to deal with someone or other people like Carol, so be prepared for anything. And I have the perfect name, and I have the perfect accurate, and I have the perfect and we should just be called Shield. We shouldn't use our long name anymore. Shield. Let's just keep it Shield. And that's how this wonderful movie ends. But Goose, yes, the Flerken basically spits out the Tesseract in plain sight with no one around. No Agent Coulson or Nick Fury. And that's how this wonderful movie ends. And guys, so with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like and let me know what part of this movie did you like, and also let me know, would a Flerken make a good undercover pet? So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like, and until then, bye.